see that?
That's crazy.
Why would they do that? Why would they go in front of a towing truck?
They think they're NASCAR racers, just like going to Vegas. Everybody thinks they're a NASCAR driver. That's very dangerous.
That
You
was
did
very
good.
dangerous.
You reacted pretty fast there.
Okay. I also used my New York, honk.
Oh, it's just good thing I had a massaging seat, or I would have been excited.
On this very special episode of the Ike Gauntlet, the world's toughest towing test, we have the best and the most advanced GM off-road truck versus the best and the most advanced Ford off-road truck.
Yes, and today's contestants both being 2023. The GMC is the AT4X with the AEV package. And we have the Raptor R from Ford with the supercharger. It's got a race truck.
Yes, and we'll see which V8 is king of towing on the world's toughest mountain. This Raptor R is a very cool and powerful truck, but you can make it better by going to 5startuning.com. We've worked with Chris and team for many, many years. They know Fords and other trucks very well. So if you want accessories or if you want to tune your V8 for even higher power numbers, you gotta check out 5-Star Tuning. This truck.
Yes, sir.
We have to actually configure this GMC for the trailer.
Yes. And what was this, 22 feet long? I can't remember.
It's 27.
Oh my gosh, it's a monster.
Well, it's got
trailer.
a long tongue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got to switch profiles. So add new trailer. We're gonna call it Roamer 1 because it is ROA off-road trailer. So Roamer 1. Oops. How do I do this? 1. Is it conventional? Yes.
Of course.
Is it a boat? No. It's a travel trailer.
Yeah.
Setup features. Towing assist. Whoa. Transparent trailer. We can do a lot of stuff with this.
We got to get some more cameras that they sell you and the cords to do that.
Tow haul reminder. Yes, please. Why don't they just keep the mode? Why don't they just keep, when I shut down my truck? Trailer maintenance.
I thought GM did that.
Oh, yeah, they do that.
There you go.
Yes. Okay, done. And they don't ask me how tall the trailer is or how long it is.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
That's
checklist. Gross combined weight alert is on. Towing assist, setup trailer cameras, and other features. Well, we don't have extra cameras right now, but we are ready to go.
Well, it's good that it gives that alert. But last time we used the GM, I don't know which vehicle it was, but it was inaccurate on that gross number. It kept saying you overloaded. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't done that today.
Oh, okay.
On this one.
Good.
But look at this, where they put the trailer brake controller. It's here on the center console.
That's very convenient. I mean, it's, and the dash is good too, but you can just sit
yeah,
there
my hand is here,
grab
right?
it. Yeah.
My hand is usually here. So let's set up the gain, because it was at 0.
Yeah, that's how they send them to us.
Let's set it at least at 5.5 and see how that works.
Okay. This has got special brakes, it's hydraulic over electric.
Very powerful brakes.
Powerful disc brakes on the trailer.
So in order to check the brake controller, look, I'm going to roll forward and I'm going to squeeze. Yep, that's it.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So I think that's a good number to start with.
Yes, because this is broken in now. The brakes on this trailer are ready to go. They're burnished.
All right, Mr. Truck.
Yes, sir.
So this is the first time that we've ever towed on the Ike Gauntlet with the AT4X AEV edition. This is the off-road beast.
It's almost a Bison, huh? Almost.
Well, it's GMC's Bison.
Oh, okay.
So I'm popping out of the tunnel at 50 miles per hour, which is what we always do.
Right.
And then we're going to count brake applications. We cannot go over the speed limit.
Okay. Well, we got this off-road truck and we have this off-road trailer. Why don't we go climb some mountains while we're here? We're in the mountains.
Well, it's a different video.
Oh.
It would be a different video.
Oh.
For this one, we are judging, because in order to get to the mountain, people need to tow their camper to the mountain.
That's true. That's true.
And this is why we're doing this.
Well, I'm wondering about this because this is like a 2-inch lift. Did you have to change the hitch settings and stuff with this?
I did, and I also had. We'll talk about the hitch in a minute, and I'm gonna probably do my first brake application right now. Yeah, I have to.
1.
And so I'm being fairly aggressive because I think GM trucks kind of like an aggressive brake application.
Yeah, I know that we had that same problem with the SUV we drove last time.
That was the Tahoe RST.
Yeah. So I guess maybe that's how they're calibrating their 10 speeds. I don't know. But we're towing 6,800-pound trailer.
Yep.
And this truck is a heavy one. It weighs 6,100 pounds. It's a big mama for a half-ton.
It is, and it's a big mama because it's got really tough steel front bumpers from AEV, front and rear bumpers. It's got boron steel skid plates, which are not supposed to weigh a lot, but still there's 5 of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of skid plates.
Yep. So this is a true off-road truck, and it does have off-road DSSV spool valve multimatic shocks.
But you know what else it has?
What?
It has a small skid plate on the fuel tank because the fuel tank's a baby one. It's 24 gallons.
Well, that's not great for towing.
No, it's not ideal
It's not-
towing.
No. So far, I mean, we're at 3,000 RPM, and we seem to be maintaining speed just okay. This is kind of a weird sensation.
Well, how many brake at? We still at 1?
Yeah, we're still at 1.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, why do you think this is? I mean, it's behaving differently than that Tahoe we tested. I
Well,
think it's
it
because
is.
it's taller,
Yeah.
and it's got larger tires. Oh, here's my second brake application.
Well, that's pretty good so far. Just at 2.
Okay, there it goes.
You know, I think this is a cool truck. I call it the poor man's off-roader. I don't know why I say that because it's not a cheap truck.
Well,
I mean,
every man's off-roader.
every man's off-roader because you can take this on the weekends, go have fun with it, then drive it to work, and you know it's not going to be this big giant wide thing like a TRX or a Ford Raptor R or any of the Raptors. So I think this fits a lot of people
Yep.
if they could just afford $91,095.
Well, it is a high price. And of course, we're comparing it to the Raptor R. And as we said in the beginning, this is the most advanced, light duty, and the most expensive GM off-roader.
Yeah.
And the Raptor R is the most expensive and the most advanced Ford off-roader.
Well, that's a good comparison. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really interesting. And to hitch this test trailer, all these test trucks, we're using, of course, our Gen Y adjustable hitch. And it shows you it can go rise or drop. You flip this over, depending on how much height you need. And we need a little more height. This is a 2-inch lift on this truck from GMC. But this has also got this Australian hitch. It's a Cruise Master. And you can see underneath here, it's got a pin goes through there that locks it in place. It's like a big giant universal joint. So this is made to go off-road and flip over and do all kinds of things in crazy places. Like the Australians, when they off-road, they get serious. And that's what this is. And Andre got it adjusted right, so we're back to the level where I would like to be. And with the help of the adjustable hitch from Gen Y.
Oh, I have to hit it again.
Really? Is that 3?
That's number 3.
Well, that's pacing itself out. How many times has it shifted? How's the tow haul mode working? Not at all.
It's not aggressive.
Well, how come it's slowing down? That's just kind of weird.
Well, it is a big displacement engine.
Maybe
I
those
guess.
tires are just dragging so much because they're so big.
Yeah, that's really hard for me to understand, but it's a very comfortable ride. You know, we did squat. We'll measure that in a minute.
Right.
But we still have about an inch before the bump stop in the back.
Yeah, because we're not maxed out. Because this thing would tow a heck of a lot more if we believe the number in the door.
Well,
that's what, 8,700?
Yeah, we need to check. We need to check that.
Yeah,
and we need to talk about the stickers again. Oh, I have to hit it again.
Oh my gosh, is that 4?
Yes.
You know, because we don't know what gear it is. This is GM. They don't want us to know what gear it's in.
Let me check that.
3. Says,
Oh,
now you downshifted it.
No, it was not supposed to.
Well, that was 3rd gear.
Now it's in 4th.
Okay.
Yeah. It brings up a good point. So, of course, you can do this manually.
Yes.
You could downshift manually. You could select a gear, like a 3rd gear, for example.
Right.
And you could run that. But we want to test the way the truck behaves, right?
Right. In this circumstances where it's not great downshifting much at all, I would be doing it myself if it was my truck. I would downshift it manual.
Mr. Truck, we have very fancy, expensive trucks. But we also have a very fancy and expensive trailer.
Well, we got off-road trucks, off-road trailers, why not?
Yes, we're using the Roamer 1 from ROA Off-Road, and it's built in the United States.
Yeah, Salt Lake, that's great.
Yes, but it's using some of the international technologies, like you talked about, from Australia and other places.
Right.
And it also has this.
Look
It
at that.
has
Buttons.
air suspension.
Wow.
So let me raise it now.
I love that. That is just so cool.
Woo-hoo-hoo. But you know what? What else?
What?
These airbags on the trailer
Yeah.
make it for a smooth ride.
Oh,
It's
it just
really
kind of
nice.
like floats.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Cadillac.
Yeah, and it helps for towing.
Oh.
Because I think it's a big part of why this truck feels so good.
Yeah, well, it didn't too. That way it helps you level everything now. You're always trying to level out the hitch. Now you can level out the trailer to a certain point. Yeah, I like this. It's a cool trailer. I think it's really a heavy-duty off-road trailer.
And it costs, with all the options, with solar and lithium, $155,000.
That's all?
By the way, do you have your massaging seat on?
I do. It's heated and cooled, and it's massaging my derriere. I think that's what it is. I love it. This is a luxury automobile. I love this truck.
Would you call it a sexy beast, or is that a Denali?
No,
for
it's
you?
a Denali. But you know what? That's a
What?
good point too.
Yeah.
This has got an interior very close to a Denali Ultima. Very
Yes.
close.
Yes.
So, yeah, this could be a sexy beast, but it doesn't have all that
Oh,
chrome on the
I have
outside.
to do it again.
Oh
Is
my-
that 5?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's still, we're a long ways from 10, so I'm happy
Okay.
with that. I just want the transmission to do something. What the hell do you have 10 gears for if they don't do anything? They're supposed to do something.
I guess they want you to manually shift this puppy.
I guess so.
All right, so that's the verdict for the Downhill. 5 brake applications.
That's very good. It's not as good as 2 like we've had before on some of these GM vehicles, but no, that's good.
All right, now let's go up the mountain.
Okay, hally ho, tally ho, hally ho.
General Motors has not yet supercharged their V8 for the pickup truck. They did it in the Escalade V, but they didn't do it here yet. Or
Well,
at least not yet.
Hopefully they understand their market and what their people want.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
of course, everybody wants power like you.
so
You're a big
now,
power
of course,
guy.
we're going to reset and start the timer, right?
Yes.
Do it now. And I'm going to tell you when we reach 60, so
Yes.
you could show the time.
Yes. But I don't want to hit stop.
No, don't hit stop.
Okay.
60 now.
Looks
Is
like
that
about
about
14.
14
about
or
14. About
Uh-huh.
14.
That's not bad, actually.
No,
Could
no.
be better.
Well, it's a small trailer, so. But I do like the sound of this rumbling 6.2 V8. It's one of my favorite engines. I love the sound of it.
You know, they could have made it even a little bit more throatier with a performance exhaust system,
Yes.
which is not on this truck.
No.
So if you do want more V8 sound, General Motors offers that as well.
Oh, cool. Well, it's probably, that guy that has the AEV, the Bison guys.
Yeah.
They have a lot of options, too. Do they have a muffler system? Because I know they did on their smaller, like on the Colorado and all that. I remember them having a muffler system.
Well, so AEV, American Expedition Vehicles, right?
Yeah.
They're working in a partnership with General Motors.
Right.
And they've started with the Colorado trucks, of course, and now they're expanding. Now there's going to be a heavy-duty Bison. Can you
Oh,
believe
my
that?
goodness. Well,
Yes.
that's the trend.
And, of course, this GMC AEV edition is also there. So what AEV is focused on is skid plates, bumpers, so like off-road protection stuff.
Right, the
And
protection.
they also have
Right.
wheels and tires, of course,
Yeah.
and a little bit of trim here on the inside, right?
Yeah, they got badges on the headrests, and I think a badge on the front.
Yeah.
They're in the
And then
badging.
GM does everything else. GM does the powertrains. GM does the now they have their own performance exhaust and performance intake system, and I would hope this top-of-the-line truck would have both of those, but you could add those later. This is what makes this Sierra very special. It's the steel stamped bumpers.
Oh yeah, front and back. That's cool.
Yes.
From AEV. That's awesome.
Also, this could be winch capable, so you can remove this plate, this license plate,
Yes.
and also install a winch in here. But this is very important. Why am I kneeling down?
I have no idea.
It's because I wanted to show you that they were very careful not to affect the grill.
Well, that's good. You want cooling, especially pulling a trailer.
Yeah, especially. So they have precise calculations about how much air needs to enter the radiator.
I bet they have a CAD computer CAD. Look at that. It's got a bison on it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a bison. It's AEV. Yeah. So that's very important because you have to cool this, right?
Right, exactly.
6.2 liters
Oh.
of displacement, and they haven't given it any more power. It's still 420 horsepower.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That's good numbers.
460 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Well, that's cool. It's always a great engine. I love this engine.
And it's got a 10-speed automatic, and like you were saying, 323 rear axle ratio. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit more efficiency-minded.
This thing's well designed. Look at the cool gasket all the way around. It actually controls where the air goes, where it goes to, down by the radiator, instead of just blowing all over the place. This is awesome. But you know, Andre,
What
the the engine and transmission
Yeah.
on this GMC is made in America.
That's good.
Where do you think the rest of it's made?
Canada.
Mexico, the other direction, down south.
Well, yeah.
So the higher percentage is made in Mexico than in the U.S. It's interesting.
Well, actually, General Motors has many factories for these guys. So,
Sure.
and also for heavy-duty trucks, they have several factories as well.
Yeah.
And so they're all over North America, which I think is pretty cool. I'm partial throttle, so I'm not using, all of my throttle.
Isn't that nice to have some reserve power?
Yeah. And also what I can tell is it's just easy going. We should measure the sound, right?
Yeah,
So
we'll do that after a bit. This has got a 323.
Yeah, it's kind of
for
an
fuel
efficiency.
mileage. Yeah, it's not a big
right.
power we're in, and it's it's amazing that it's clucking along pretty easily there. That's awesome.
All right, so let me be quiet so you can turn on that device.
Okay. It's bounced all over. I'm gonna call it 61.
That was kind of the most.
It went clear down to 59 and up to 62, and it stayed around 61 the longest. These vehicles are getting so darn quiet.
I know.
You sure this thing
And
works?
So let us know in the comments below. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer a performance exhaust system on this that makes it louder, or because this is a premium truck, do you want it more quiet for a long journey?
I want it adjustable, like all that stuff is.
Like on the Raptor?
Yeah, I want to change the note, whatever. When I want to impress the chicks on the side of the road, I want it fast and high. When I want to leave the yard and sneak out, I want it in low. So why not have adjustable exhaust?
You know what they're doing?
What?
They're going to introduce that adjustable exhaust next year.
Well, next year. So
Yeah,
I got to wait for the 24s to.
24.
Okay. So I don't wake up the neighbors. Sometimes I have to sneak out of the house.
We need to talk about suspension and handling. And
Yes.
what I noticed immediately, even when we started in Denver, this truck is really, really comfortable and also precise. I think that's where General Motors and AEV with these DSSV shocks, I think that's where they shine. It's not super floaty like a couch,
Right.
but it's more precise and comfortable.
It is, and it's self-adjust, right?
Yeah,
It's that
there's
spool valve,
there's
so.
no adjustment. They set it once and you forget it.
That's cool. I like that.
So I gotta give it to General Motors with these shocks. They're good at a lot of things, not just going fast off road, but also towing. Well, I love this GMC, but I don't like one thing.
I know what that is.
It's the payload, 1,006 pounds. I know it's a luxury, really highly protected truck.
Yeah, and I don't.
Steel.
Well, how much does the AEV package add to it? All those skid plates and bumpers. Do you have any idea?
So not a lot. I would say between 200 and 300 pounds.
Okay.
It's because of the steel bumpers mostly.
Sure.
But the payload is affected, and that's kind of an issue if you're towing, or if you want to tow bigger trailers.
Right. You got to have that payload for your tongue weight capacity.
But let's look at the other sticker down here. So it's also confirms the payload, right? 1,006. But it says that conventional towing is at 8,700 pounds, like we were saying. but that's not exactly for this truck.
I know, we don't know if that's a lie or if it's telling you the truth. That's sad to have a number that you can't depend on.
So we thought it was VIN specific,
Yes.
and the payload is.
Yes.
But the towing number, it has to be addressed using your owner's manual. You have to go on the online tool, and you have to look a few things up and put in your VIN. So why don't they just fix it and put the correct VIN number?
Exactly. That's sad because when they first came out, they all told us that was VIN specific, and we were so excited about it because it is hard to tell on any of these trucks what your numbers are.
Yes.
And if you're going to pull trailers or you're going to buy a truck, you want to know what the numbers are. And if the numbers aren't real, it's just sad because they started out so well. I had so much hope for them. We all bragged about them.
Yes.
And now we're kind of sad.
So I was talking about the bump stop, and you can kind of see it. You have to, it's right above the axle, and there is still at least an inch, maybe a little bit more. So,
of course, is that on that sticker?
I don't know if you noticed. Did you see that?
That's crazy.
Why would they do that? Why would they go in front of a towing truck?
They think they're NASCAR racers, just like going to Vegas. Everybody thinks they're a NASCAR driver. That's very dangerous.
That was very
good.
dangerous.
You reacted pretty fast there.
Okay. I also used my New York, honk.
Oh, it's just good thing I had a massaging seat, or I would have been excited. That's pretty cool.
All right, this truck, are you ready to lock this down?
Yes.
So we're going to cross the finish line right now.
8 minutes and 2 seconds.
And 4.0 mpg. 4.0.
Well, that's in the fours at least.
Yeah, so the efficiency is actually not too bad. And of course, we climbed that 7% grade, 8 miles.
Yes.
Whew.
Yeah, you did really good. That guy he's probably a foot from you when he pulled over.
That was pretty
He
close.
was very close, yes.
I should have turned on my camera systems,
Yeah, I could see his dash through this back window. You did really good. That CDL class paid off for you. You did emergency braking.
I'm like a cat.
Did you hit the trailer brake independently?
No.
Okay.
Well, we're climbing. It's okay.
Okay.
So, Mr. Truck, let's measure the squat on the GMC. When it did not have a trailer, it was at 41 and a quarter.
Wow. Just a little
And
over
it's
38.
38 and a quarter.
Yeah.
So let me verify the other side, but that's basically 3 inches of squat, which is quite a bit.
That is quite a bit. 2 is, I would say, normal. 3 inches is probably excessive.
Let me just verify that. Stay right there.
Okay, I'll be right here.
Ooh, this side is a little bit less than 38, so it's like 33 and a quarter squat.
Wow. Well,
It's 3 and a quarter.
yeah.
Well, this has an off-road suspension. That's kind of why.
Well, because that will squat more. That would be natural for a lot of them to do. That's why they lower you a lot of times your tongue weight, your trailer capacity, because an off-road is made to be a little more flexible.
Yeah, a little softer spring.
Yeah, so it's a softer spring that does have squat. So
Well,
I don't know.
Let's check out the Raptor, because I think the Raptor will squat also.
I imagine too. They're made to go jumping.
Okay, so unladen on the Raptor. Unladen, it's almost 43 here to the fender. Let me verify on the other side. Yep, 43. So unladen, it's 43.
Okay, I'll remember that number. 43, no trailer.
All right, Mr. Truck, so we hooked up the trailer to the Raptor, and here, 40 and a quarter. It was at 43 without.
Yes, it was.
So let's measure the second side.
Okay.
Oh my Lord. Mr. Truck, this is 39 and a quarter ish. So between those, it's what, 39 and 3/4?
Yeah. To 43.
Yeah, so that's 3 and a quarter.
Yeah.
So actually, that's the same number as the GMC.
Do you know what the tongue weight is on this Romer 1 trailer?
It's the way it sits right here. It's about 750 pounds.
Okay, it's a little over 10%, just a hair over. So
Yeah, it's a hair over.
That's done right. That's good.
But this is a coiled rear spring, not leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's look at the bump stop. I'm also curious.
It is a solid axle, right?
Yeah, it's a solid axle, of course. I would say it's a little bit less space between the bump stop here and the axle.
Well, that's a progressive spring, isn't it? The coils are closer than farther apart?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's good. So that actually helps with your trailer because that means as it gets tighter, it also has more support.
All right, well, let's take a look at the chain hookups. So my standard hook here.
Oh, goodness. It's way under there, isn't it?
Well, it's not terrible.
Not like the last one, huh?
It's not like an F-150. It's slightly different design than a standard F-150. This is a Raptor.
Oh, man, a hook goes through. I thought that might be too small of a hole, but that's good.
So I would say this is not probably the best, but it's also not above it. It's above average. The GMC Sierra hitch hookups are a little bit better. I wish these openings were just a smidge bigger, but they're more visible from the top, which makes it easier. And they also have an additional, a little bit more stiff opening here. So I kind of like options. So I would call this hitch a little bit better than the Fords. So the trailer is plugged into the truck, and it's asking me, would you like to add a new trailer? Should we?
We should.
Okay, well, I would say so.
This is our big test, man. 2 off-road trucks.
Trailer name. Once again, I'm going to call it Romer 1. I'm so creative. Trailer type. Conventional, yep. Trailer save. Continued setup, yes. Electric over hydraulic. Oh, we did ask me this.
Well, yeah, see, that's
which is
good.
what we have.
That's amazing for a half-ton to do that. That's normal in a heavy duty.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unusual for this.
Especially
of course,
for an
this
off-road
trailer is unusual, too.
This trailer has disc brakes.
Yes, and it's electric over hydraulic. That's good.
Medium, I would say. We're not towing super heavy. It's about 27 with tongue. Width of it is about 7.5, just a little bit over that.
Yes.
And height of it, you measured it at 9.9, right?
9.9. This actually asks you for height. The GMC didn't do that.
So I would say 10-ish. And now we're going to say we're towing about 7,000, just under that. Bam, it's done.
Cool. And this trailer weighs 6,800 pounds?
Yeah, the way it is now.
Okay.
Okay. So I think the only other thing to check is gain. So we're at 5.5. Let's test it. I'm going to move forward. And the brake controller is here by my right hand.
So which one do you like better, the Ford or the GM brake controller placement?
I think I like the Ford a little bit more.
You can rest your hand on your knee?
Yeah, because here, or maybe I'm just not used to GM.
Yeah, because you do have to put your arm further back, and it takes longer to get there because that's an emergency brake if you need to control sway. So you got to be able to get to it fast. So whichever one you think would work the fastest, that's the best one.
Yes, and I think right now I'm more used to this.
You're used to the Ford.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I am ready. That supercharged V8 Raptor R.
Isn't this exciting?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it pulls me back in the seat. I want to know what it does.
Well, we'll find out how it does on the uphill. But
okay.
Of course, another thing I wanted to show you, we talked about it in the other truck, is I have various levels of exhaust system. I can make it super loud.
Yes, I like that. Cool. Is that Baja mode?
Well, it's almost there. They say Baja needs to be only for off-road use only.
Yeah.
So I don't want to scare people.
Okay.
But I also can be quiet.
Well, it sounds cool echoing in the tunnel.
Oh, yes.
It's bouncing off. It's awesome.
All right, so my gain is set to basically the same value as in the GMC. We're at 50 miles an hour in the Raptor R, and then we'll see how it behaves on the way down.
Okay. It should have giant brakes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
37-inch tire just got to have giant brakes.
So there we are. That's 50 miles an hour. And there, the screens have adjusted. And it's already slowing down.
Really?
It's to 46. I'm surprised, Mr. Truck, that both of these had the same amount of squat. I thought the GMC might be doing better.
Yeah, well, and it's leaf and this is coil.
Yeah.
This is progressive coil. This is good, but
it already downshifted.
Wow, there's one. How fast are we going? Are we 55?
55. Another one.
2. Holy cow. This 10 speed's kicking them in left and right. Did you ever notice on a GMC that did a downshift?
No. Huh. I didn't notice those. Those were kind of quieter. But they collaborated on this 10 speed.
Yes.
They work together on some of the design of this.
Yes, the Raptor and the ones in the limited 150 and in the whatever the SUV's called,
the Expeditions.
The Expeditions. They've all got that calibration, and we think maybe some of the other trucks too. They're getting sneaky, but yeah, this one is made to grade shift very well.
And even the Tremor we tested last week, remember?
Yes.
It was also doing well.
That's cool. I hope they did it to all the 10 speeds.
Right now I have to use my brake. That's my first brake application.
First brake application is about a third down the hill.
We know the Ford also has a very large grille.
Oh, it does.
But
and the letters Ford is really big on this grill.
Yes, and it also has the lower separate opening inside the bumper. This is quite interesting.
Yeah, and that's just for cooling, huh?
Yeah, but you cannot just stick a winch in here. You have to relocate a couple of things in order to actually make this truly winch-capable bumper.
I guess they figure you never need a winch with a Raptor R with a big V8 and a supercharger.
Well, let's look at it.
Well, look at this. Look at this. Why is it 8? They want to make sure you know it's an 8?
Yes.
8-cylinder? Good gosh, there's 8s all over the place.
There's 8
supercharged V8
everywhere. They have a bigger bulge on top.
Yes.
And it's hiding this. Let me wipe this a little bit. It has a 5.2 liter Predator nicknamed V8.
Wow.
With a large supercharger.
It's a Raptor and it's a Predator.
Yes.
Whoa.
700 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque.
And a 10-speed.
Yes. And you know, the rear end is aggressive.
Is it 410?
Yes.
Holy cow, this thing ought to spin the tires real easy. Let's go do some donuts with it.
But it's turning 37s instead of 33s.
Oh, I see.
So it's got
they can get by with the low axle ratio.
Well, maybe they need that. Yes, for the bigger tires.
I understand that.
Okay, so that's pretty amazing. So we got to talk about price. So we talked about GMC costing just over $91,000.
Right.
What about this?
Well, this one, I don't know if I can count that high. It's it's $109,055. So yeah.
So that's $18,000 more.
I guess so. Well, if you want to.
So could you buy a new car for that? Well, probably not anymore.
A car? Oh, I'm sure you could
for
buy
$18,000. What can you buy?
$18,000? Oh, yeah, you could probably get a Maverick, maybe one of those two-wheel drives.
Those start at 22 now.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe you're stuck. That money will only buy you a vacation.
You could buy a used something, a nice used vehicle.
Yeah.
But Mr. Truck, we're still at like $49.50. I hit the brake once.
Wow.
And it just stayed there.
So you're saying this is going to be a good towing machine?
Well, we had 5 brake applications in the GMC, which was, better than average.
Yes.
Or about average. And this is going to be, I think, excellent.
I know, and we're towing them with 6,800 pounds.
Yeah.
And this will actually go up to, what was it, 8,700 pounds?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty good sized boat. That's a nice sized camper. I mean, this actually is usable.
All right, well, let's pause for a second and see how it does by the end. Truck, the hill is over, and that was one brake application.
That's fantastic. That's really nice. That'll give you some trailering confidence.
Yes.
I mean, I thought we was going to slow down, stop pretty soon because you were clear down in the 40s.
Well, that's why some of the semi just passed us, because we were going pretty slowly, just about 50.
Yeah.
So I think it was excellent. The grade shifting, you could hear it, of course.
Yeah.
And it worked well. And I think this is superior performance to most trucks we've tested.
Right, and it grade shifted boom, boom, boom right out of the tunnel. Well, I guess that would slow you down
without
right quick.
touching the brake.
Yeah, and see, that means that it was figuring out where you wanted to stay and speed and put you there. That's really good.
All right, well, now let's go up the mountain and see how the big V8 screams.
Oh, I want to hear the sound wide open throttle, man.
All right, so when I go full throttle up here,
you do this too. The sound.
No. Just
well, I
the
know
time.
this, but I mean,
we'll measure the sound in a second. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Start timer now.
Oh, hear that Whipple, whatever that is. That Whipple blower. What is it? It sounds so cool.
Now.
790.
Under 8 seconds?
Yeah.
But the other one was 14 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that right off.
That was insane power.
Yeah, that was awesome. But it still didn't pull me back in the seat. I thought I'd be flying all over in here. What's up with that, man?
What
I want to feel
want?
the Z. What do they call that? The axis, I want to fill the
You know what you need?
What do those jet racers do? The jets, they have, what is that called? The
G-forces?
G-forces. I want some G-forces out of this puppy.
Well, I think we did have some G. So I think if this is not enough for you, Mr. Truck,
Yeah.
if 700 horsepower in this Raptor R is not enough, you should jump into a Hummer electric truck.
Oh.
Because that has 1,000 horsepower.
Oh my gosh.
And that will kind of put you back. But
What?
that won't go as far.
Really?
You know why?
Why? It's
Because
electric.
this has a big tank.
This has a 36-gallon tank like my truck. This is a towing machine. Man, it tows 8,700 pounds, 36-gallon tank. It hardly needs any help coming down the hill with a trailer.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I'm really surprised how well this is at trailering.
Maybe they should charge not 109,000, but 209,000.
Yeah, why not? Wouldn't you pay that for this truck, 200,000? Sure,
Oh,
sure.
geez. Well, that's why we love trucks. They do everything, right?
Oh yes, they do. They're funner than cars. Who would buy a car when you can get a truck?
I'm at about 3,000 RPM. The truck is barely working.
Yeah.
It's
idle.
doing well.
Is that what gear you in? Does it show that on these?
No.
Doesn't really. I thought all the Fords had this.
6.
6 gear. Okay.
Yes. So that's pretty impressive. Out of 10, I'm in 6th gear.
Yeah, it's just smoking up the hill. It's got no problem at all. Of course, that much horsepower. We should be able to go to the top of this mountain at about, what, 120? What's
Well,
top end on this?
I think it's software limited at 112.
Oh, okay.
And you know why? It's because of the tires.
Oh,
So the tires, even though the engine in the truck could go faster, the tires are not rated for that high of a speed. So they have to digitally limit it. Of course, that supercharged V8 is amazing in the Ford.
oh yeah.
But I'm impressed by this. 1,500 pounds of payload. Dude, this is pretty good for this truck.
That's real payload, you know?
Yes.
You know, yeah, no, you can haul your everything, your coolers, your propane tanks, your mother-in-law, everybody will fit in the truck with that much payload, and that helps your trailer capacity.
Yeah, it does. This is also rated at 8,700 pounds. I checked it using my little app that
Yeah,
we have.
yeah.
But you can see the gross vehicle weight rating, 7,450, which means this truck is just under 6,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's
It's aluminum.
that's good. That's good. It's not 3/4 ton, is it? It's still a half ton?
That's 8,500 pound cutoff.
8,500
Yeah,
pounds.
so
Okay.
it's still not a heavy duty.
No, this is just too cool. But that's a good trailer capacity, a good payload capacity, which means tongue weight. That is wonderful. That is the way, and it's an off-road truck, you
Yes.
know, and it still beats somebody else around here. But wow,
Okay, I know what we can do.
what can we see?
We
Huh?
can measure sound of the truck.
Sound. Are you going to wrap it up for me?
No, I'm gonna be
Okay.
at speed limit. I'm
Okay,
not gonna
okay.
wrap it up for you.
Okay, you ready?
Hold on. No, I'm not ready. It's not fair because we're in a pothole city.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay, there it's around 68 is what it was doing.
Ooh, so it's significantly
That's,
louder.
Well, yeah,
but it's
still,
under 70.
Under 70. That's
Yeah.
a good number, under
Yeah.
70. Now, I really want this to go in under 8 seconds. Are you staying right at 60?
Yeah, I'm trying. Under
Okay.
8 minutes. Yes.
This has got to be under 8 minutes. Why? There's
Okay.
no way it couldn't be. Especially that fast start you got. My
That
goodness.
was a huge
We're
start.
drag racing there.
We should drag race these.
This
at-
is
at
an
Bentley or
exciting
something.
truck. You haven't done that yet?
With trailers?
No, well,
No, not
Any-
yet.
anyway,
I mean,
you
I've
can.
drag raced there without trailers, but maybe we should do it with trailers.
yeah, that'd be fun. I don't think you'd even notice there's a trailer back there.
And at top of the world, I'm at 66% ambient air density, so we lost a lot of air density, but the truck still doesn't care. Actually, the truck is at 103. Wow, it's pumping a lot of air in.
Wow.
Okay, are you ready to shut down the timer?
I'm ready.
In a couple of seconds. And now.
7 minutes and 53 seconds.
Woohoo! Wow, that's fast.
That's right where it should be. Right where it should be.
3.4 mpg.
That's,
three-
that's just a
3.4.
hair less than the GMC was.
Well, the GMC was at 4.0.
I know. So that's just a little under 4.0. It's
Well, but it's like half an mpg, which is a big deal at these numbers.
Okay. Five star. It's an exciting truck. What else could you call it?
For both of these, you want to just give them 5 stars right off the bat?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Let's calculate a little bit.
So we always use 5-star rating for these Ike Gauntlets that we do every Saturday just for you.
Yes, every Saturday we got to find another truck.
So downhill performance, I think both of them did well. Yes, the Ford did better. But I don't want to penalize the GMC too much because 5 brake applications is not a bad result.
No, it's wonderful. They did really well. It didn't grade shift any, which is kind of surprising, but it was a very controlled ride. Yeah, it was a very controlled ride.
So I would give it both of them full stars.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Uphill, both of them did basically 8-minute runs. The Ford was a little bit quicker, of course, because it's got more power.
Under 8 minutes.
Yes, and both of them were really confident towers.
Okay.
So I would call it both stars, 1 star. The 3rd star has to do with towing features. Hookup chain hookups, visibility, brake controllers, and cameras. And I think both of these trucks have a lot of those done really well.
Yeah, Raptor's a little harder to reach, but not bad. It's a taller truck.
Better than the F-150 standard truck.
Definitely better than that.
So, and both of them have mini cameras. You can even see the bed camera in the Ford.
That was cool. Of course, you got the camera off of the trailer on your blinker, so that's great.
And both of them have brake controllers on the right.
Yeah, they're a little different, but they're good.
So I think 1 star for both.
Yes.
Okay, the 4th star has to do with suspension, squat, and handling. Well, the handling was good on both trucks.
Right, they're both squatty potties too. They both squatted, but they're off-road trucks. I think that's almost normal for them. 1/4 star
off for each.
Okay.
Finally, range and efficiency.
Okay, now I have an opinion about that.
Yes.
The Raptor, 36-gallon tank. You can drive all day, half the night. The GMC, 24 gallons.
Well, they want to be more efficient. They want to be more lightweight. But because this is an AEV edition, it's heavy truck.
Yeah, but 24 gallons. Get serious.
Okay.
How far can you go in 24 gallons?
So, but the GM truck had better efficiency up the mountain, 4.0 versus 3.4. So I want to take a half the star off for the GMC for that final category.
Okay.
And what, maybe 1/4 off for Ford? What would you say? Because it's not super efficient, but
they were fairly close. It's I don't know. You're talking about a giant engine and the blower and all that stuff. So I think for what it is, that's probably pretty good fuel mileage for what it is. But if you're going to grade them against each other, yeah, take a little off for the Ford.
Okay, so I would say the GMC gets 4.25 stars.
Okay.
And Ford Raptor R gets 4.5 stars.
There you go.
For this particular test.
For this test.
For this test.
Yes. I mean, I was really impressed for how the Raptor worked with the trailer. I think there's a lot of advantages there. Nothing wrong with the GMC. So there you have it.
There you have it. They're both really good towing trucks. I just wish the GMC could go longer.
Yes. But the Raptor doesn't have massaging seats. It doesn't have a full moonroof. It doesn't have all those cool things that the GMC does.
So where can we buy accessories and hitches and truck stuff?
Let me think. Store.mrtruck.com.
Yes.
I'll be there answering the phone, so come call me, man. I'm getting lonely in there. Call me.
And also TFL.com for everything automotive, one place. Thank you.